All right, boys, welcome back. Now we're going to get to the corner kicks. I like corner kicks. I like processes for corner kicks. And if you're on my team, you know that we always have a few corner kick processes in place. Why do we have different processes, and why don't we just kick it into the middle of the goal every time? Because in our league, in 9v9, at our age group, we cannot head the ball. It is illegal for us to head the ball. So otherwise, that would probably change things a little bit. So what I like to do is I like to put in different processes where we're not just kicking it into the middle of the goal, but we're actually setting up for either the defensive backs or the center mid or the wing backs to actually try to get a shot on goal from a better angle than in the corner. So in this video, we're going to talk about my corner kick processes for the 4-3-1 formation 9v9. Okay, so our first scenario is corner kick number 1. This is our go-to process for corner kicks. On our team in this new formation this year, the wing backs are going to be taking all of the corner kicks. So if you're a wing back, you will be taking corner kicks, and you can see that the right wing back has this ball initially. Now, as we get started, before we actually attempt a kick, the arm is going to go up in the air. So from the back, the arm goes up in the air, and that actually sets movement. Just like in football, when you have motion or you send your players in motion, that's what we're going to have here. We're going to send these players in motion, and you can see right out of the gate that we're going to start up this year on a nice line outside of the penalty box. We're going to do this quite a ways away from the goal. And this is going to draw the defenders away from this area in front of the goal. We really want them to be confused on what's happening. And then I've got another wing back here as a backstop. So as we get this started, you can see, number one, that the right mid is going to come into play. And they are going to come out of that and break into it. Always, always the right midfielder will come out and be in this position here. They're going to accept this kick it right back to the right wing back, and then the right back, which is the defense, is going to come in and take a banger. So from the beginning, you can see that the right backs are tucked away in this position right here. They're going to kind of disguise themselves, and then as soon as this play gets into motion, they're going to run right in to this position here, get this pass, take that banger, and then immediately go back to their position. You can see as soon as the kick is made, these backs are all retreating. They're going back just in case the goalie gets a hold of this ball. So that is process number 1, or corner kick process number 1. Now let's go to corner kick 1A, which is very similar to number 1, where the right mid pops out, collects this ball back to the wing back and to the right back, but this time that right back is going to kind of lay it in there to the striker and the left mid. So similar, except instead of laying a banger really up high, what we're going to try to do is going to try and feed it into this hole right here. And I know that there should be a hole right here because this defender is going to go where the right mid goes, because you're going to man up, right? Most of these players are going to man up, which should leave a nice hard shot into here. So the striker needs to be hiding here and needs to be aware. And if that's the case, then he's going to just sneak right out, boom, dish it right off, cross, and into the goal. So that's number 1A. And now corner kick number 2. We're going to see, again, movement, and then a kick. This time, the right wing back is going to go straight to center mid. Center mid's going to take a banger here and try to get this goal. So when we have this motion here, if that pass goes past the right mid there, that's going to be kind of a trigger for everyone to know that that one's going to the center mid. Now, this is only going to be if that center mid isn't gamefully covered. Okay, you can see here from the beginning he's gonna be in line. So our center mid's right here, and as we make play, you can see he's gonna run out. Boom, he's gonna run out into this open space, and number 6 here is gonna give chase Hopefully we can get there before that happens and right in there for a banger. You will also know on my processes that the midfielders and the striker will end up surrounding the goalie. If you're on my team, you know this. We got to cover that post just in case of a deflection. So you're going to hide away, but as soon as the shot's made, boom, we're going to drive in and we're going to cover those posts so that hopefully if there is a deflection, we can actually get a goal here. Next is corner kick 2A, and similar scenario where we're going to lay this ball out to the center mid, but instead of a banger, he's going to just feed that into the hole to the striker, who's going to turn around and then just hopefully drop it in. Now, if he doesn't have a line there and this goalie comes out, okay, if we get this goalie that comes out a little bit, then he can cross that ball to the left mid, get that ball in front of him, make sure we're not offsides here. But ideally what we want to do is we want to see this happen. This is a hard shot right here. So we want a nice feed. We want that striker to turn around and boom, we want him to strike it right in nice and hard. And then you can see how the wing backs and the backs, they start to retreat just a little bit. We're going to get to that here in just a little bit. I'm going to show you why they're doing that. Next is going to be corner kick process number 3. This is where we're going to dish this ball out right to the right back initially. So you can see here, same motion, breaking off the line, but the right back's going to get this ball and he's going to hit a banger right here. He's going to try and send it over the top, and you can see that the left mid, striker, and right mid are going to follow up, cover that post just in case there's a deflection or it's not quite on target. So the right back is going to be hiding behind everything, tucked away in here, remember, and he's kind of a sleeper. So as soon as he comes out, if that ball goes to him, you know he's going to take a banger. So boom, be ready for it. Banger's going to come, and then everybody's going to drive in and cover those posts. Corner kick 3A, similar, except this time the right back, instead of taking a banger, is going to dish it out to the center mid and then start to retreat. And then the center mid's going to try and cross it over the field and try to get into a different angle. Remember, we want to try and get different angles here. Center mid could take a shot here with the ball, okay, if he had it. But in this scenario, you can see that there's pressure. There's pressure from number 5 here. So he's just going to continue that ball crossing right around the horn, and then that left wing back's going to take a shot in. So we got to get creative on these guys. But that is scenario number 3A. Now, corner kick 4, there is a few different options here. Option number 4, you can see that we're going to disperse. And then option number 4 is actually to just kick it into the middle. So option 4 is the last option that we're going to be using. But this ball kicks it right in the middle. Hopefully in this scenario, the striker can run in. Again, we still want the right mid to come down and draw these players away. We still want the center mid to come back to this position right here, drawing those players away. And then obviously right down the middle, striker comes out, takes a shot. So that is number 4. And then number 4A is similar, but this time we are going to cross this ball all the way over the top of everybody. So same initial motion, but we're going to drive this ball over the top and try to hit that wing back on a quick deflection back in. This wing back is going to be hidden behind everybody else, and hopefully if we get that ball up and over enough, then we can make that happen. Okay. So that's number 4A. Now let's talk about what's going to happen if there is a deflection. Okay, and we're going to use the same scenario here. If there happens to be a deflection, this is why the center mid, our number 6, always comes back here to this location. And here you're going to see this. We're going to have some movement, initial movement. We're going to kick it into the middle. Striker's going to take a shot on goal, but he's going to deflect that ball, and now the center mid is in a good position to actually just return fire and get that ball into the goal. So this is why the center mid comes out, just in case there's a deflection, and he's right there to pick up the pieces and put that ball into play. And then we're going to talk about the very last, which is the corner kick retreat. Now, when we retreat, you can see here, this is when they take advantage. So same scenario. We're going to try to get this ball in the middle. For whatever reason, whoever gets it, the goalie's going to get that ball, and it's going to kick it, push it back out, or it's going to deflect out. The center mid is going to take a shot, but this time the goalie gets it. And we know that when the goalie has it in his hands, more than likely he's going to try and press out. So notice how the wing backs and the right backs are all retreating to that side of the field, because if they're on the run, we want them to be very defensive. We want to trust that our midfielders and our striker can handle this, but if just in case, we want to make sure that we have this shield in place just in case. So you can see there one more time that just in case things do not work out, we need to have a plan B. And you will see everybody, as soon as the goalie, this one's a deflection, but as soon as the goalie gets it in his hands again, and you can see the center mid will take a shot, boom, everybody runs immediately. Everybody takes off, everybody goes back into position, and we're going to try and stop this ball initially. But if we can't stop it, we have our defenses set up. We've got these wing backs coming into play, just like we learned in our defensive motion. And then the center mid can eventually get back into the formation. The left and right mids are going to stay put. Striker's going to be right where he's supposed to be. And hopefully we'll be able to be very defensive. So that's some corner kick options for you guys that we're going to work on this year. I know it seems like a lot, but the more we work on this, this is our opportunity. Corner kicks are our opportunity to take advantage of the other team. We get that ball so close, it's literally, it's like a free kick, an indirect kick, or direct kick if we can happen to make it in. So we're going to be working on these this year, and in practices, hopefully we can execute during games. And in the next video, we are going to talk about throw-in processes. So click this next video and let's talk about throw-ins on 4-3-1 9v9.